Hi everyone, in this tutorial I am going to talk about this 23 Excel shortcuts about navigating a worksheet using a keyboard. First, let's open Microsoft Excel by this shortcut Alt Windows Ctrl Shift X. Directly opens Microsoft Excel for us. Okay, now we have Ctrl W shortcut to close the workbook. For example, we want to close this workbook, just Ctrl and W directly closes the workbook. For example, I want to open an existing workbook, just click Ctrl O. We have ability to open a workbook. For example, I want to open this one. Good. Let us delete. Then Alt H. If you hit Alt H, directly takes you to home pane. For example, I am here, just enter Alt H, directly takes you to home pane. Also, if you want to save your workbook, it's not a new workbook. For example, I am here, create a new workbook. If you hit Ctrl S, directly subjects you to save your workbook. For example, tutorial 1. From where? From desktop. Save. Now I am saved my workbook. Here also, if you want to write 23, if you want to save this work, just Ctrl S, it saves for you. Also, if you want to copy this data, just Ctrl C, it copy this data. If I want to paste here, just Ctrl V. Okay, if I want to undo this action, instead of using this one, you can just use Ctrl Z, directly undo the actions. For example, here you want to delete the data, just hit delete key in keyboard, directly deleted the data you have. For example, I want to select a color for this cell, use Alt H, again H, directly gives you the color to select for your cell. For example, I selected this color. Here, let's write something high. If you want to cut this text, just Ctrl X. You cut this text, paste it. I want to paste here, just Ctrl V. You see it removes here because it cuts the text for us. Alt N, if you insert Alt N, directly takes us for insert pane. For example, I want to insert a plot, just hit the letter D, directly gives you the options to plot. Okay, for example, I want to write in bold, just Ctrl B. You see, directly select for us a bold. If you write it, directly become bold. Let's write numbers, it's in bold. Also another option, Alt P. Alt P directly takes you to page layout. For example, I want to select margins. Here, just hit M. For orientation, just select O. For size, just select S, Z. For example, I want to margin, just hit M. Directly select the margins. For custom margin, just hit A. It's a custom margin. Okay. Alt A takes you to data pane. You see here. And if you put the letters, directly takes you to the action. For example, I want to select border for the cell. Just hit Alt H, then Alt B. You see, we have borders, different type of borders. For example, I want to thick outside border, just hit T. Let's check. You see, I have thick border about around my cell. For example, I want to delete this column, just hit Alt H D. Here, for delete the column, just hit C. For delete sheet row, for row, just hit R. For delete cell, just D. For example, let's delete the column, just hit C. You see, it deletes. We are here at home tab. If you just hit Alt M directly takes you to formula pane. Also, for example, I want to hide a set of highlighted row. For example, I want to hide these rows. Just Ctrl and 9 directly hide the row. You see, it hides a row from 2 to 12. For example, I want to hide these columns from 4 to 10. Just Ctrl and 0. You see, we have a jump here, 3 to 11. Ctrl Z to undo the action. Here also. Ctrl Z. Ctrl Home. Ctrl Home shows you the first column in the worksheets, and Ctrl End shows you the last column. In the worksheet we have only 16,384. To see the first column, just hit Ctrl Home, takes you to the first one. Also, to see the last row, just hit Ctrl Page Down. You see we have 1,048,576 row. That is the total number of the row we have in the worksheet. Also, to see the first row, just Ctrl Page Up. You see, it takes us to the first row. That's all. I hope it can be helpful. Have a nice time.